Good morning students. Welcome once again to YouTube learning channel conducted by Purnachandra Residential High School, Baripada. So today I am going to start a new chapter called Human Reproduction, which falls under the subject of zoology. Okay? Now first, human reproduction. So what is called reproduction? What is called reproduction? It is the ability of an organisms to produce their young ones or offspring for the continuations of their species generation after generation is called reproduction. Now, on the basis of the presence of the parents or absence, reproduction is classified into two types, that is asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. So, asexual and sexual reproduction, I have completed this segment in botany. So, asexual sexual reproduction is not needed now. Now, we are focusing about human reproduction, which is a very important topic from the examination point of view. Clear? So, human reproductions. First, so human reproduction systems are of two types. That is what a male reproductive system and female reproductive system. Reproduction. Male and female. Male, female. So today I am going to explain you about male reproductive system, which is the very important part. A male reproductive system having two types of organs, that is what, the primary sex organs and secondary sex organs. Primary sex organs and secondary sex organ. So primary sex organs included what? Under primary sex organ it includes scrotum and testes. Scrotum and testes. Scrotum and testes. And in secondary sex organs including ureter, urethra, urethra, epididymis, ureter, urethra, epididymis, vas deferens, vasa efferentia, not vasa, vasa efferentia. Now, vas deferens, vas deferens, and associative gland. Associative glands like Cowper's gland, not Cowper's gland, first seminal vesicles. First seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle, prostate gland, Cowper's gland. Cowper's gland. So what is the other name of Cowper's gland? Bulbourethral gland. Other name of Cowper's gland is bulbourethral gland. Bulbourethral gland. Other name of Cowper's gland is bulbourethral gland. Primary sex organs scrotum and testes. Secondary sex organs ureter, urethra, epididymis, vasa deferentia, vas deferens, associative glands like seminal vesicles, prostate gland and Cowper's gland. So these are the important sex organs which falls under secondary, and the important sex organ which falls under primary is scrotum and testes. Now, testes is the primary sex organs. Now, first you have to check the diagram of the male reproductive system. This is the diagram of male reproductive system. Male reproductive system. So this is the diagram. First, you have to check. So this is what? No. This is scrotum. What it is called? Scrotum. It is a scrotum. So inside scrotum, testis is present. What it is present? Testis is present. And inside the scrotum, testis is present, having a, that means it is exhibiting in that conditions under 2 to 3 degrees Celsius below the body temperature. Okay, so that the sperms might not get damaged. So that's why it also protects the sperms from damaging. So that's why the temperature of the scrotum is below 2 to 3 degrees Celsius below what? No, body temperature. Now, scrotum, now testes, and this is what? The epididymis. What is called? Epididymis. This is testes and this is epididymis. And this is what? Ureter. So not ureter, this is one of vas deferens. What is this? Vas deferens. Vas deferens, and this is the urinary bladder. What it is called? The urinary bladder. This whole part is called the urinary bladder. The inside part of the urinary bladder is trigone. Inside part of the urinary bladder is trigone. And this is the ureter. And this is what? No, ureter. And this is seminal vesicles. These are the associative glands of secondary sex organs. Seminal vesicles. Next after that, this is prostate gland. And here a small pea-like structure which it is present is called what? No, Cowper's gland. So either name of Cowper's gland is bulbourethral gland. Now look into the part of penis. So penis is a male reproductive organ. It is also a reproductive organ which helps for insemination. Which helps for what? No, insemination during sexual intercourse. Now this is a penis and this is the inner part of the penis. And inner part of the penis is made up of which kind of tissue? That is corpora cavernosa. What it is? Corpora cavernosa. This part is called what? Corpora cavernosa. And inside it is urethra. Which is a common passage of both urine and semen. Which is a common passage for both urine and semen. Which one? Urethra. Next. Now we are going to explain about epididymis elaborately now. Not the epididymis along with testis. Testis along with what? The epididymis. So this is a longitudinal section of what? Longitudinal section of testis. This is a longitudinal section of testis. This part. If you are going to for longitudinal section of this testis, and the inner view of the image seems to be like this. Clear? Now this is the longitudinal section of testis. So the testis having three layers. The outer layer of the testis having, so the layer of the testis is made up of what? No, three layers. What? Outer one is tunica vaginalis. The outer one is the tunica vaginalis. So just after tunica vaginalis, present what? Tunica albuginea. What? Tunica albuginea. And then after that, tunica vasculosa. First is tunica vaginalis. Second one is tunica albuginea. Then after tunica vasculosa. Okay? The tunica vasculosa is completely filled with what? No, blood vessels. It is completely filled with blood vessels and it is thin connective tissue, and it is made of what? No, thin connective tissue. So these three layers are present on the surface of testis. Clear? Now this is what? This is a testicular lobules. What it is called? Testicular lobules. How many testicular lobules are present in each testis? Near about 250 to 300 testicular lobules are present in each testis. So this is called testicular lobules. Inside testicular lobules, and so this is the structure of testicular lobules, and inside the testicular lobules 3 to 4 seminiferous tubules are present. In each testicular lobules 3 to 4 seminiferous tubules are present. So this is what the seminiferous tubule, this is testicular lobule, this is the seminiferous tubules. How many seminiferous tubules are present in each testicular lobules? 3 to 4 seminiferous tubules are present in each testicular lobules. Then after that, this junctions of the testicular lobules with retetestis is called what? No? Tubulum recti. What it is called? Tubulum recti. So this part of the testicular lobule is called tubulum recti. Then after that, this is called what? Retetestis. What it is called? Retetestis. This is the chamber which it is associating with what? No? Tubulum recti along with vasa efferentia. Sorry, vasa efferentia, not vasa differentia. Vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia. So these are, the retetestis is associated with what? Tubulum recti along with what? Vasa efferentia. Clear? Then after that, this is called what? Epididymis. What it is called? This is epididymis. Now epididymis is divided into two parts. epididymis, so three part. Epididymis divided into what? No, three parts. Upper one is called caput epididymis. This is called what? Caput epididymis. This is corpus epididymis, and lower one is called caudal epididymis. Okay. Now epididymis is lying in the lower part of the epididymis, that is called caudal epididymis, is joined with what? No, vas deferens. What it is? Vas deferens, which it leads to the path of ureter. Which it leads to the path of ureter. Now testicular lobules. First, I am showing you testicular lobule. This is the structure of what? Testicular lobules. And this is what? Tubuli recti. Tubuli recti. And this is testicular lobules. Testicular lobules. And this is the seminiferous tubules. What are called this? Seminiferous tubules. These three are 3 to 4 seminiferous tubules. 3 to 4 highly convoluted tubules called seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules are present. So what is the functions of seminiferous tubule? The main functions of seminiferous tubule is to produce the sperms. The main function of seminiferous tubule is to produce sperms in it. Okay. Now, so this is the longitudinal section of what? Longitudinal section of testis. Now I am going to show you the maiden sections of testis. Maiden section of testis. Maiden section of testis. This is peritoneum. This is maiden section of testis. What? Maiden section of testis. And this is the cover of what? Seminiferous tubule. What it is? Seminiferous tubule. Seminiferous tubules. Now inside the seminiferous tubule, this is what? So what it is called? This is germinal epithelium. What? Germinal epithelium. This part is called what? Germinal epithelium. The outer part is called germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium, and these germinal epithelium having what? Cuboidal shapes. Cuboidal shapes. Cuboidal shapes. Cuboidal tissue. Cuboidal tissue, and this is what? No, polygonal. So this is what? No, pyramidal in structure. What it is called? Pyramidal in structure. Pyramidal structure called Sertoli cells. Structure called Sertoli cells. What it is called? Sertoli cells. So other name of Sertoli cells is Nurse cells. What? Nurse cells. Other name of Sertoli cell is what? Nurse cells. Here the elongated and the pyramidal shaped structure which it is existing over here is what? No, Sertoli cells. The other name of Sertoli cells is Nurse cells. And Sertoli cells is joined with which kind of cell? That is one of cuboidal cells. What? Cuboidal cells. Okay. Now from cuboidal cells here, now I am going to explain again these things in another diagram. Now, this is the inner view now. This is a rough diagram. From germinal epithelium, here it is forming what is spermatogonium. What it is? Spermatogonium. From germinal epithelium, the germinal epithelium now diploids a body called diploid body called what? Spermatogonia. What it is forming? Spermatogonia. What it is forming? A spermatogonia. From where it is forming? From the cuboidal cells of the germinal epithelium. Okay. So here it is forming what? It is what? Spermatogonia. It is diploid in structure. Then after that spermatogonia, while mitotic division and spermatogonia is what? 2n, that is what? Diploid in nature. Now when it divides mitotically, it produces what? Primary spermatocyte. What it produces? Primary spermatocytes. Spermatocyte. What it produces? Primary spermatocytes. These are what? Primary spermatocytes. Primary spermatocytes. Spermatogonia, primary spermatocytes. Which kind of division taking place over here? Mitotic division. Mitotic divisions. It is forming again 2n. Then after that, meiotic division is taking place in it. Meiotic division. Now forming what? Primary spermatocytes. Now secondary spermatocyte. Now it is converting into secondary spermatocytes. Secondary spermatocyte. First spermatogonia 2n, primary spermatocyte 2n, that is diploid. Meiotic division, when it is forming what? The secondary spermatocytes n. Then after that, second meiotic division. Which kind of division? Second meiotic division. Now second meiotic division is similar to what? No, mitotic division. Second meiotic division is similar to what? No, mitotic division, and there will be no divisions of chromosome number will takes place. Now secondary spermatocytes, meiotic divisions forming what? Spermatids. What it is forming? Spermatids. It is forming what? Spermatids. Spermatids to spermatozoa. Spermatids to what? Spermatozoa. Now secondary spermatocyte, that is primary spermatocytes, spermatogonia 2n, primary spermatocyte undergoing what? Mitotic division producing what? Primary spermatocyte. Then after the meiotic division producing what? No? Secondary spermatocytes. How many secondary spermatocytes? That is n and n. Okay. 2n. Now it will divide n and n. Then after that spermatids. How many spermatids is producing? 2. These are called what? No? Spermatids. These are called spermatids. Okay. Spermatids. Then after that, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many spermatids? 4 spermatids. Again, the 4 spermatids will forming what? No? Spermatozoa. What it is forming? Spermatozoa. Spermatozoa. Okay. It is forming spermatozoa. Now, productions of spermatozoa, these are called spermatozoa. The production of spermatozoa from spermatid is called spermiogenesis. The process is called what? Spermiogenesis. The process which is taking place to the formations of spermatozoa from spermatid is spermiogenesis. What it is called? Spermiogenesis. Process is spermiogenesis. Process is what? Spermiogenesis. Okay. So this is spermatogonia, primary spermatocytes, secondary spermatocytes, then after that spermatids, then after that spermatozoa. What it is producing? Spermatozoa. These are called spermatozoa. Clear? First here it is what? Spermatogonia, undergoing mitotic divisions to produce primary spermatocytes. Then after that, second mitotic, primary spermatogonia, mitotic division, primary spermatocytes. Then after that, secondary spermatocytes, and the division which it is taking place between this is what? No, meiotic division. Then after that, second meiotic division is taking place to produce what? Spermatids. Now spermatids to spermatozoa, spermatids to spermatozoa, and that process is called what? No, spermiogenesis. Now again I am going to explain you these things in a sketch way. This is spermatogonia. Spermatogonia coming from germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium. Spermatogonia. Then after that, mitotic division. Which kind of division? Mitotic division. Mitotic division. In a simple way, I am showing you. Now, spermatogonia, mitotic division. Primary spermatocyte. Primary spermatocyte. This is called primary spermatocyte. Primary spermatocyte. Now again, which kind of division is taking place here? Meiotic division. Which kind of division? Meiotic division. Now meiotic division. While meiotic division, as we know, meiotic division is reductional division. While it is going meiotic divisions from primary spermatogonia, it is producing what? No? Secondary spermatocyte. What it is producing? Secondary spermatocyte. What it is producing? Secondary spermatocyte. Secondary spermatocyte. Again, second meiotic division. Which kind of meiotic division? Second meiotic division. Second meiotic division. Second meiotic division, N. Okay? Second meiotic division producing what? Spermatids. What it is producing? Spermatids. Spermatids. Then after that, it is going to develop to produce what? Spermatozoa. What it is producing? Spermatozoa. This is called what? Spermatozoa. Spermatozoa. Spermatozoa, and the process which taking place from spermatids to spermatozoa is called what? Spermiogenesis. What process is called? Spermiogenesis. What it is called? Spermiogenesis. Okay? Spermiogenesis. So this kind of division is taking place inside the seminiferous tubules. Understood? Now, so suppose the question in a NEET question, in a joint, so medical joint entrance exams, if the question will get arise in this way also. What is the length of seminiferous tubule? What is the dimension of seminiferous tubule? The dimension of seminiferous tubule is 70 centimeter in length, and width is 200 micrometer, and the width is what? 200 micrometer. Length of seminiferous tubule. (70 centimeter), wide 200 micrometer. Wide is 200 micrometer. So the process takes place. Which kind of process is taking place inside seminiferous tubule? Spermatogenesis. What process? Spermatogenesis. After the production of sperms in testicular lobules of seminiferous tubules, now the sperms will go to the where? Retetestis. Where it will going? It is going to the retetestis. The sperms is going to the retetestis and it gets stored for some time. Then after that, the sperms will travel from the retetestis to epididymis. From where? From retetestis to epididymis via vasa afferentia. Via what? No, vasa afferentia. As it is going to the vasa afferentia, what? The sperms. From which part of the epididymis? From which part of the epididymis does the sperms get collected? At the upper part. Which part? No? Upper part. That is what a caput epididymis. So caput epididymis receives the sperms via vasa afferentia. Then after that, it goes to the chamber called what? No? Epididymis duct. Where it goes to the epididymis duct, and from the epididymis duct of the caudal epididymis, it is going towards to the vas deferens, which leads to the what? No? Ureter. Which leads to the ureter. Okay? Which leads to the urethra. Which leads to the urethra. Which leads to the urethra. Okay? First, sperms gets produced in seminiferous tube, then after the retrotestis, then after that it is going to the epididymis. Of which part of the epididymis? The caput epididymis. Then after that the sperm is transforming towards to the lower side of the epididymis called caudal epididymis. Then from the caudal epididymis, the sperms are getting absorbed by the urethra through vas deferens. Okay? So this is the functions of the traveling of sperms. So this is the functions of traveling of sperms in a male reproductive system. Why it is traveling? Why the sperms is traveling, or why the sperms having why the sperms so motile in nature? Then it will goes to the which part? Seminal vesicle. Now what is the functions of associative glands of male reproductive system? So 3 glands are present under accessory glands. First is what? Seminal vesicle. What is seminal vesicle? Seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle. Now seminal vesicle, it is slightly, not slightly, it is a sac-like structure, produces yellowish, slightly alkaline substances containing coagulant enzyme, ascorbic acid, prostaglandin, and glucose called fructose. Fructose. Now, what is the functions of fructose? The main function of fructose is providing nutrient to the main function of fructose is providing nutrient to the sperm cells. What is the function of fructose? The function of fructose is to provide nutrients to the sperm cell. Okay? Now, seminal vesicle is here. This is a seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicle is providing which kind of fluid? It is providing what? Alkaline substances containing coagulating enzymes, ascorbic acid, prostaglandins, and glucose in the form of fructose. Okay? Then after that, the sperms goes through to the which part? Prostate gland. Which part? The prostate gland. Seminal vesicle is over. Next, prostate gland. Number B, prostate gland. It is acidic in nature. It is a oval shaped structure. It is a oval shaped structure containing anticoagulant substance. Containing what? Anticoagulant substance and citrate enzymes. and citrate enzymes, which the fluid is acidic in nature. With the fluid is acidic in nature. Prostate gland is the oval-shaped structure containing anticoagulant substance citrate enzyme which the fluid is acidic in nature, and this particular fluid increases the motility of sperms. What does this particular enzyme or what does this particular fluid provides to sperms? It provides motility or the speed of the enzyme, or speed of the sperms. Where? The prostate gland. As the sperm is now passing towards to the Cowper's gland, and the functions of Cowper's gland I am showing you now. Cowper's gland. Number C, Cowper's gland. Cowper's gland it makes the acidic and basic substances to neutralize and provides the motility of sperms. It also neutralize the acidic urine. Which part? Cowper's gland. What is the other name of Cowper's gland? Bulbourethral gland. What? Bulbourethral gland. Okay. So 3 associated glands: seminal vesicles, prostate glands, and Cowper's gland. Okay. Finished. Now these are the male. So these are the main important organs of the male reproductive system. Now I am going to explain you the hormonal functions and the hormonal control of the male reproductive system. Hormonal control of the male reproductive system. Hormonal control of the male reproductive system. First, hypothalamus. Where it is present? It is present near the pituitary gland. Hypothalamus. What does it release? It releases a hormone called GnRH. What it releases? GnRH. That is what the GnRH, the full form of GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone. Gonadotropin releasing hormone. It releases gonadotropin releasing hormones, activates which kind of pituitary gland? Anterior pituitary gland. As pituitary gland is a master gland and it is divided into the posterior and anterior and it activates which part of the pituitary gland? Anterior pituitary gland. And from anterior pituitary gland it induces to release 2 hormones, that is follicle stimulating hormone and ICSH hormone. FSH and ICSH. FSH, the full form of FSH is follicle stimulating hormone. And ICSH, interstitial cells of stimulating hormone. Now, follicle stimulating hormone and interstitial cells stimulating hormone. Now, follicle stimulating hormones will activates to Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells for the process of spermatogenesis, that is the production of sperm, spermatogenesis, and it also producing which kind of substance? Inhibin protein. Which kind of protein? Inhibin protein. That is what the ABP, androgen binding protein. Inhibin protein. Okay? Spermatogenesis. Now ICSH. Leydig cells. The other name of Leydig cells is interstitial cells. Interstitial cells. The main function of interstitial cells is to release which kind of hormones? Androgen. Which kind of hormone? Androgens. The other name of androgen is what? Testosterone hormone. What? Testosterone hormone, which helps for the development of male sex organs. Development of male sex organs. Development of what? Male sex organs. Testosterone. Now, inhibin protein. Suppose this is the site of what? Stimulating and inhibin hormone. Sometimes if the sperms are supposed to be decided every time, then there will be nothing to be left in the body. So there is a substances which it helps to suppress, to for further releasing of what? Sperm cells. Which kind of substance it is functioning? The inhibin. Inhibins act as what? Inhibitors. What does it act for? It acts for what? Inhibitors. Inhibin as well as testosterone also. Which kind of hormone? Testosterone. Okay? Both the hormones are functioning to not to release or further sperm cells after spermatogenesis or during seminations. Okay? Now, you must be asking about what Sertoli cell is and what Leydig cell is about. The Sertoli cells, the other name of Sertoli cell is what? Nerve cells. As I had explained you, that Sertoli cells provides what? Sertoli cells helps for the spermatogenesis which it is present inside the what? Seminiferous tubules. And outside the seminiferous tubules, which kind of cells is there? Leydig cells. Which kind of cells? Leydig cells. Suppose again I am showing you the testicular lobules. The structure of testicular lobules. Suppose this is the structure of a testicular lobules. I am showing you testicular lobules, and here seminiferous tubule is there. Inside seminiferous tubule, which kind of cells it is? Inside testicular lobules or inside seminiferous tubules, which kind of cells does it functioning? Sertoli cells. Which one? Sertoli cells. And just between the adjacents of the two seminiferous tubule, which kind of cells are present? Leydig cells. Which kind of cells? These are what? Leydig cells. These are Leydig cells. Which kind of cells? Leydig cells. Inside seminiferous tubules, Sertoli cells, nerve cells, and outside the seminiferous tubule, this dark light structure which it is showing, I have shown you, that is what? Leydig cells. The other name of Leydig cell is interstitial cells. So, what does this perform for? The Sertoli cells helps for the process of spermatogenesis, and Leydig cells helps for the sexual development of male body. Okay? So this is the function of what? The Sertoli cells and Leydig cells. Now again there must be some confusion left between what is the functions of vasa efferentia and vas deferens. What is the functions of vas deferens and vasa efferentia? And vasa efferentia which it is connected from retitestis to the epididymis. So how many numbers are there? There are 10 to 15 vasa efferentia in testes. And vas deferens, how many vas deferens are there? 2 vas deferens. And vasa efferentia 10 to 15 vas deferens in each testis, and total vas deferens are 2 in number, and each testis 10 to 15 vasa efferentia are present. And main function of vasa efferentia is to absorb the sperms from the retitestis to the epididymis. Okay? And the main function of vas deferens is to collect the sperm cells from the epididymis to the urethra. Okay? This is the main functions of what? Bhasha apparential, bhasha differential. Okay? Thank you.